Well, sad news now. The nation gasped in horror yesterday as the news broke that Love Island couple Molly May and Tommy Fury have parted ways. It was big news, this. News alerts were sent to phones. Absolutely. There were suggestions that the pain was as bad as when Charles and Diana broke up in 1992. It's all about generations, isn't it? I mean, I've got young daughters, you've got young daughters. My daughter was shocked.
Oh, my daughter was heartbroken. She said, I really believed in love. Oh. And this was like, you know...
Oh, Hattie, still believe in love.
Oh, I know.
They broke up.
She's only 20. Give her a break.
But I think that generation had invested in this relationship and they'd watched it all unfold on Love Island and then through social media, and then for it all to just break up and they've got little Bambies just
little Bambi. Oh, no, it's very sad.
But, I mean, it's the happily ever after. Do you want to believe in the happily ever after? Sue, do you believe in happily ever...
No.
I'm not even finishing the sentence here, am I?
No, I don't. Well, no, I don't. Do you know what? It always comes back to me like, yes, you know, people... That romantic love, that fluttering, I can't stop thinking about it, that love sick. It's all hormones. It's not real. It's not based in anything.
Excuse me. May I butt in? It's not
you're
like
going to anyway, so I don't know why you're asking.
I don't know if you remember, Sally, when a certain Sue Cleaver met Brian all those years ago, you would come in with those doe eyes telling me all the lovesick feelings you had and I couldn't stop looking at him and all this kind of... days on end!
Yes, like I say, hormones. That always wears off. And trust me, 23 years down the line, I don't look into his eyes quite in the same way. But, no, I mean, I think that happy ever... I mean, humans are
How long does it last, then, that kind of doe-eyed lovesick bit?
I think that hormonal sort of lovesick thing lasts about 18 months to 2 years. Yeah. It does, it's a fact. And then you wake up and you go, hang on a minute, now we've got to get on with the rest of our life, and now we have to discover whether we actually like each other.
What do you think, Sally?
Well, I mean, I feel so differently. I mean, it sounds so cringy, but I feel like I love my husband even more now than I did when we first got together, because we've grown together and we're now, like, inseparable, you know. I just adore him. He's my world.
Oh.
I know. So,
but do you, no,
it's not hormones.
I mean, I love my husband. I love my husband. Do you still have that, you know, I can't breathe, I look at him, I've got that flutter, and it's like... You don't have that bit.
Well, it's a...
She might.
Yeah, I kind of do. And it changes.
I do sometimes have that.
Really? Do you have the flutter sometimes, Denise?
Well, I do. I mean, I'm like Sally, and I know it, you know, as I say, over the years, I've gone through a lot as well, and I've talked very openly about good relationships, bad relationships, but I do feel with Lincoln that I never thought I would marry my best mate. Otherwise, I would have married one of my gay best friends. So, and I never thought I'd have someone who had that sense of humour, who I also loved and fancied. When he walks down the stairs, do I rip his clothes off? No, not quite to that extent. But,
Well, you're not, it's still not. It's still the third marriage. It's the third marriage. And we're talking about somebody... We're happy ever afters from the age of, like, 18, 19...
Listen, marriage takes work. And like I say, it's taken me 3 marriages, but I nurture this relationship. I pick my battles. I know because I love him. I love it when everything's fine in the garden. But for people to go... in the garden was a weird thing. We were talking about that yesterday, the big bushes back. But basically, I'm like Sally. I love my husband, but to think that you're going to go into it and the garden is always going to be rosy all the time is unrealistic.
That's what I
There's going to be ebbs and flows.
Okay. I feel like I'm in the Rover's return.